We visited Ponta Delgada on San Miguel Island in the Portuguese Azores as our second stop on our transatlantic cruise. To get the most out of our visit, we booked a 7-hour private tour through Viator. We felt this was the best and most affordable option to see all of the major sites at our own pace. Since I didn't know much about these islands, I was surprised at how far west of Portugal they were located. The Azores are a group of 9 islands, 2 western, 5 central, and 2 eastern, with San Miguel in the east. We were at San Miguel Island for a day and packed a lot of activities as shown by the starred items on the map. Let's get started. Our tour guide picked us up at the cruise terminal and we were off to our first stop, the highest viewpoint for the Lago Verde, the green lake, on the left, and the Lago Azul, the blue lake, on the right. These lakes are in the middle of a volcano's caldera. The Twin Lakes colors are dependent on how the sun strikes the water, but it's a fantastic sight from any angle. We saw the lakes under both sunny and cloudy skies as we found the weather can change quickly on the island in just a matter of hours. Early in the day it was cloudy, and by late morning and midway down the volcano, it was sunny. There are many beautiful sights around the green and blue lakes. Colorful pink hydrangea bushes make hedges around properties. There's a third unnamed very green lake, and then you can see the view from the caldera's surface. At the caldera's peak is a 5-star Monte Palace hotel, which opened in 1989. It operated for only 2 years before it closed. The complex featured 88 rooms that overlooked either the Atlantic Ocean or the Twin Lakes. Today, you can see the vegetation that surrounds the shell of the building. It's gray, unsightly, and it's falling apart. As we drove around the island, we noted that San Miguel has some really beautiful rolling green pastures. Dairy is a top industry, so you'll see lots of cows, and the hydrangea hedges are effective in keeping the cows in their pastures. At the caldera's surface is Sete Cidades, or 7 cities. Here's the Catholic Church of St. Nicholas. The church was built in the 18th century and attracts tourists because of its quiet location by a beautiful lake and a cozy park that surrounds it. It is not a large church, and it has a simple interior with stained glass windows on each side, but I especially liked the view when we were standing at its front doors. From Sete Cidades, we drove along the western edge of the island to the Escalvada viewpoint. It's a stunning view of the Atlantic, rugged cliffs that simply rise from the ocean. We then drove on the southwest side of the island to return to the Azores capital city of Ponta Delgada. The city is small, but it's very charming with its town squares. Here we saw the statue of the square's namesake who discovered the island. The square also showcases the iconic 18th century city gate. It has 3 arches built in a typical Azorean style and used regional stones. Originally built in 1783, the city gate was moved to the current location in 1952. Largo da Matriz is one of the nicest town squares in Ponta Delgada and is located right behind the city gates. Its main landmark is the Church of St. Sebastian, a 16th century style church with a bell tower. Its interior is simple, but the altars are richly decorated. Seeing the inside of the church is nice, but it's not an absolute must. It's here in this square where we did most of our souvenir shopping. The city is also lined with cobbled, narrow streets that are populated by colorful restaurants, houses, and churches. The streets are made of basalt rock from the volcanoes and imported limestone. Each street has a tile pattern that makes them characteristically Portuguese because the distinct designs are hand-chiseled piece by piece. We then headed north to visit the black sand Santa Barbara beach. Visiting a beach is quite popular in the summer months, but Azorean beaches are very different from those in the Caribbean. Here, the Atlantic Ocean swells produce crashing waves, strong currents, and tides. Santa Barbara Beach is a surfer's paradise, and it hosts international surf competitions every year. An added bonus of this beach is that you can visit authentic World War II bunkers right next to its parking lot. The Santa Iria viewpoint is on the north coast of the island. It offers panoramic views of the Atlantic Ocean and the rugged Rio Grande coastline on the west, and rolling hillsides in the east. While there, the weather changed and you can see the fog rolling in from the Atlantic. This viewpoint is one of the most visited in San Miguel because it's easily accessible by car and it's just a quick 10-minute stop. We then visited the Guarana Tea Plantation, the oldest plantation in Europe, operational since 1883. The factory keeps the original traditions of the Orient, and it's available to visit daily, and guides can show you the facilities, the production process, from harvesting to packaging, and history for free. You can also roam the tea fields, and at the end of the tour, you can sample some of their teas. One of the reasons we visited the tea plantation was because on Sunday, when we visited, many shops and restaurants were closed, and there's a gift shop at the tea plantation. In my search for something truly unique from the Azores, I stumbled on these fish scale flowers made by a local artisan. Salto de Cabrito is a stunning waterfall in the Rio Grande region. The waterfall drops about 130 feet into a natural pool where you can swim, but with it being March, it was a bit too cold for me. Our last stop was a key attraction of San Miguel Island, Fire Lake. We only viewed it from the top of the caldera, and I wish I had a better picture to share, so I found one on the internet. The weather had once again changed where it was rainy and foggy when we reached the viewpoint. While we only had a photo stop, you can hike, paddle, and explore all around the lake, but you can't boat or swim there. As our 7-hour tour ended, we traveled back to the ship and it had magically turned sunny. Before boarding the ship, we strolled down the Avenue Don Henry along the waterfront. It has a nice wide pedestrian promenade, and walking here is one of the best ways that you can experience the unique vibe of the city. Back on the ship, we were ready to continue our cruise. On our sail away, we spotted a rainbow as the weather had once again changed and rain was coming to Ponta Delgada. Our visit to San Miguel Island in the Portuguese Azores was a fantastic day as we saw so many sights. The Twin Lakes, the city of Ponta Delgada, beaches, waterfalls, and a tea plantation, to name a few. I hope you found the video helpful if you're planning a day in the Azores. You can most certainly book a private tour with a little concern like we did. And if you like the video, please give it a like or consider subscribing to the channel to see more of our adventures. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for watching.